Hello again. Okay, you can see here some information about me. I want to highlight two things. The first is not in this slide, is regarding my name. I'm Juan Jose. So it's Juan Jose. I'm not Juan, I'm not Jose. It's both of them the same. So yeah, when I need to book some ticket to fly, for example, I need to use the replace function to avoid the space between both of them, both of the two words, because sometimes I had troubles with the policy in some borderline, for example, United States. So, okay. And the second is most important is here is this orange sentence that, okay, Jira unexpectedly appears in my life more or less 10 years ago. So yeah, it was when I was working in my previous company, who was there, the Jira admin left, so who was my boss, said, okay, you are from IT, so you are going to face off with Jira, you are going to be our next admin. So I think this is probably the reason that I'm today here to show you my expertise or the situation that happens. Okay, we have here more or less what we are going to do, introduction, objective, the scenario, that the solution we had in the past, and the business case, and the problem, and after the migration, we will see the solution. Okay, okay, I was assigned to the case in November 2021. It was because I was assigned to prepare the migration from Data Center to cloud. I started there, and okay, so 2-3 months after starting, management bosses started to request me some mainly overviews from the projects, KPIs, okay, these type of things that, yes, so I showed them, say, okay, here you are, eazyBI, maybe this is the tool that you need to see this type of information, and then eazyBI started with us in February 2022 approx, in this journey that during the first step was preparing the migration, assets, these type of things. I can share yet in this point when the weekend that I did the migration. Okay, one point important here is, okay, I didn't say that, okay, this case is regarding a bank. Okay, it seems that is the trending topic these days, the banks. So it's a part of one big bank, one entity side that is so regarding loans and financial and consumer, is more or less more than 1,000 users in Jira and Confluence, and nearly 200 projects. So there we were with Data Center, and we had a lot of applications inside there. So a lot of plugins, sometimes similar same situations were resolved with different plugins. So during the assessment, so we check the list and say, okay, what is doing this? Okay, yeah, replace with eazyBI. What is doing this? Oh, I think we can try, yeah, eazyBI. So at the end now, I think we have more or less 4 plugins in our cloud instance, and obviously one of the plugins is eazyBI. So, okay, after the migration, yeah, starting, I don't know if we can say troubles, but yeah, it was needed to, since the migration until now, we are working in the transformation tools and plugins adapt to the cloud technology, but it was said yesterday, so there is something that we can, as users, we cannot see and change, no? And so, okay, the things are not going to work as expected always. Okay, so our objective here we are going to speak about the custom fields and relations link issues. You know, when you are working with Jira, it's common that you need to see some fields of the issue in a simple and quick way, quickly, using filters, up to you, dashboards, boards, anyway. And for instance, the real case, the real example, is regarding quality assurance and deployments. So people deploy solutions, and they don't work with quality project. They don't see the issues of quality project, but when they are going to do this deployment, they need to see some fields of quality. So what we want to achieve is the status of quality assurance issues is needed for the people that deploy solutions in CI/CD project. Okay, this is the scenario. It's not actually the real information, but we are going to have, it's very simple. We have a project A is quality QA project. Project B is the CI/CD project, and the relation between both of them is a link called deployment. No? Deployment deploys is deployed by. Now we jump to the bank. Now we are in the bank. What was the solution before the migration? We have here two sides of the screen. So in the past, in Data Center, this code was inside a script field. It's a very simple code that is doing an iteration. This is not the real code, it's from other example, but this is doing an iteration and try to read for the regarding linked issues, in this case some specific, it's not important, so return us the information that we need to see. Okay. The most important here is that this part is done in a script field of the third-party application. So in the past, the only that we did is import with the field into eazyBI as a custom field using advanced settings without custom calculations. Directly, the data come inside. It works. It works. So here we have an example. You can figure out more or less the report, rows with issue types in the deployment project, and so there are several columns with the information that these fields give us using the previous automation. But what happens here? Yeah. The solution technically works, but the values are grown. And why? But seems that the information is correct. The problem here is that in the new technology, the information are not updated properly. This is the point. Okay? At least with the third-party software that I'm using for this type of things, that probably is one software that you are also using because it's one of the most best sellers that we have in the ecosystem of Atlassian, so probably it's the same as all of you are using. So, okay. What is the problem after the migration? Because it's something that it came so time ago. So in Jira Cloud, it's mandatory to open the issue. It's the way as this script field that is read from the information of other issues, update the values. So this situation confuses the users because if they don't open the issue before, and obviously they are not going to open the issue before because sometimes what they are doing is a filter, they are doing a GQL and see the information, they are not going to go inside the issue to be sure if the information is correct or not. Okay, what is the solution? What we prepare is something very, very, very simple. Is instead of do this code in the side of the third party, in the script field, we are going to do something that yesterday some of you showing some examples, more or less, is now is eazyBI who is going to do this part of the work to prepare the information during the import phase. So we are going to use the links. I think importing link dimension is very powerful thing that we have in eazyBI now. And Okay, this is the information that you saw in the previous slides. We are going to import in the settings of eazyBI, and when we will go to the queue of when we want to prepare the report with these both projects, only check the options, and this is the calculation measures that we prepare. It's simple. The deployment link, the status. Obviously, we are going to show. No, we are not going to show the status ID, so we use the status member or dimension. I don't know. Sorry, exactly the definition, but I'm going to use this to show the name of the status. That is what we want to see. Now I have a demo where I prepare this. So we have here some slides about the situation. We have the different project examples, and this is the script field link, the previous, not the eazyBI, and the real status. So what happens? We open the issues and we change the status to selected for development. If we go again to the filter and refresh, we will see that the link is still backlog, but actually the real status is selected for development is the issue here. But the previous issue that has the linked deployment linked status is not showing properly. This is actually the problem. What we can do here? So, okay, first of all, with the linked status in one simple example in eazyBI works, because all of us knows that eazyBI works a real time importing data, no? But I think here that in this case, this is more real data that Jira is doing, because if what you know here sure is that if you go to import data, you will see actually what the information is. So in this point, I think 1 point for eazyBI instead of Jira. Okay, that's all. If you want to see the information fine in Jira, what you should do is open the issue. I think, wait, I suggest the people to wait 1 minute sometimes, but I think this 10 seconds is enough to see that this information will be updated alone and will be shown. And now, if you refresh again the previous filter or information in Jira, will appear properly. Okay. So I think I go faster than expected, thinking, I want to keep here because I want to share more than I have in these two sentences. Is that my experience in this situation and some similar like this is that sometimes you need to try to change the approach about solve issues that you have. Because here, what was happening is, here we have some tool, some application that works fine. We solve a lot of things with this third-party application. But we were trying to find the solution for this. Obviously, I spoke with the vendor, and at the end they say, okay, this is how now the technology is working right now. I don't know, maybe in the future it will be changed and will be improved and will be as real time as it was in the past with Data Center. But now, this is what you have. So I was thinking, okay, so if I cannot give the information from this side, the first thing that I need to think is, actually the user needs the information in the issue screen? And the answer is no, because when I started to prepare to show you the scenario, the team that is going to deploy this type of issues are doing weekly. So they meet 1 day in the week in the morning, and the only thing that they need is that the information is updated previous day in the night. Okay, so that's fine. Maybe we can try to find other solution with an eazyBI report that is in real time. So the information we will prepare to the next morning when we will need to check the different columns of the report. So, and fortunately for me, it worked. So I want to share with you that you should think in eazyBI as a global solution, not only to show values that you have prepared from other sites. You can think that you can use the different tools that the eazyBI has to add script snip codes and show the information. And also, yes, as all of you knows, think is something that all of us are saying these days is that share with support team your needs, because if can be done, I'm sure that they will find the solution. Okay, so muchas gracias.